Hello and welcome to Everything Nice Beauty, the blog that unites the love of animals and the love of beauty and puts them together into a glam look today. This is an everyday glam look. I hate that phrase. It's super... Oh my gosh, it just started snowing outside. Oh god. The reason why I call this an everyday glam is because it is pretty bold as far as the eyes go. You know, you do have a contour-ish thing going on, but it's super easy. It takes me about 20 to 30 minutes a day to do this if I'm feeling it. I usually do this if I have like something going on in the evening, which I do, so I thought it was a perfect time to film this look. So this look is all cruelty-free beauty products, and yeah, let's just get to it. I'm going to start off my face with just foundation, which is kind of crazy. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but my skin has completely cleared up. Like, seriously, all of this is just acne scarring because that stuff takes a long time to get rid of, but I have no active pimples right now. Like, there's no cysts, there's nothing. I have smooth skin. I am just head over heels. If you guys want to hear about how I just totally took control of my skin, let me know in the comments. I know there's not very many of you watching, but I would really like to know if you guys want to see how I changed my skin. And it was no Accutane. That's what I was actually going to do. I was going to go on Accutane, but I ended up not having to go on Accutane because of something else. So I really want to talk about it if you guys want to hear about it. So let me know. But I'm just going to start off with my tried and true Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. This is in the shade 2.0. I think I'm going to purchase the 1.0 in the next couple of days. First of all, because I need a new one. And second of all, because I am very, very pale. It's December and I need a lighter version. So I'm just going to take a pump on my finger, and then I'm just going to pat this on my face. Just like that. And one thing to mention about this foundation is that it is full coverage, so there's really no need to go on with multiple layers. I just picked up this brush. It's a Wet n Wild brush. It's just like a flat kabuki. And here, I'll just give you a little look at it. Don't look at my nails, oh my gosh. But this brush is super soft and it really applies this foundation really, really well. So I'm totally into it. So I just brush this on my face. And you might be thinking, girl, you do not need to go a shade lighter, but this foundation does oxidize a little bit, which is something that people have been like really complaining about. I don't really care if my foundation oxidizes as long as I like know about it so I can bronze my neck a little bit or whatever, but I don't really care. Oh, and also don't mind my hair right now. It's wet. I just got out of the shower, so it's just fun. Go to conceal and to put a little bit on my nose because I don't really like this foundation on my nose too much. I don't like any foundation on my nose, to be honest, because I rub at my nose constantly, especially when I have a slight cold like I do right now. So I just like to put a tiny bit of concealer on it, super lightly, so that if it does brush off, it doesn't like clump off like foundation typically does, especially matte foundation. My Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer by It Cosmetics. I honestly cannot say enough good about this concealer. This honestly is what got me through having such terrible acne. If I wouldn't have had this concealer, I honestly don't know what I would have done, because this has incredible coverage, but it still looks natural and it doesn't like cake on your face. It just smooths on. It is very thick, but it just absorbs, and I cannot say enough good about this. I apologize if you can hear the heater on. It's like 20 something degrees here right now in Utah, so I apologize if you can hear that, which my camera and mic kind of suck anyway, so I doubt you can hear it. Okay, guys, seriously, look at the coverage of this foundation. It is crazy. I don't even think I really need to spot conceal, which like saying that out loud, like it doesn't even like feel real that I don't have to spot conceal. Oh my god, my skin is so much better. I honestly just want to cry every single day. If you do need to spot conceal, I highly recommend using the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer, but I think I'm just gonna leave it be. I don't know, I'm just feeling it. I'm going to set my under eyes using my pressed powder by Winky Lux, and I'm just using a small brush by Naked. So I don't know what it's called. It's just the Naked 3 is what it says. If you can see that. Can you see that? I don't know. And just pressing that underneath my eyes. Then I'm just going to take a little bit of this powder and just brush it on the places that I tend to get oily. So that's like around my nose, my mouth area, my chin, and pretty much just my T-zone. So I've just got a nice base of that powder, and I think I'm gonna do my brows now. I'm sorry, see my strap there, how inappropriate. It's born. For my brows, I'm going to use my NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This is in the shade Taupe. I'm just going to very lightly go over my brows, not changing things up too much. And after I pencil them in a little bit, I just take my spoolie and brush them. And this will distribute the pigment a little bit and also make them look a little feathered. So that does it for brow. Okay, I'm kind of going to do a weird thing. I'm going to take the Power Makeup palette as well as my Wet n Wild contouring palette, and I'm going to take this shade, Painkiller, a little bit of this, and then this shade right here, mix them together and contour with it. I know it sounds a little bit weird, but honestly, it's just been working for me lately. I don't know. And I'm going to use my e.l.f. small stippling brush. All right. Kind of went a little heavy on that, didn't I? I'm using this brush right here. Let's just go into it. Dipping into the contour shade, making sure you don't have a lot when you're doing your nose. Dragging that on either side. Kind of brushing it downward, because I want to keep the bridge of my nose pretty bright. A little bit on the tip, and then a little bit right down the bridge. That's going to kind of lift your nose up a little bit. And with that same brush, I'm going to take a little of the contour underneath my lip. If you guys could see my lap right now, it is hilarious. I'm like balancing like 4 different palettes. I'm going to take my Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. This is just in the bronze shade, not the light bronze. It is just in the OG bronze. And I'm going to take my e.l.f. brush. This is an angled blush brush. Go over the contour and kind of brush it upward. Okay, time for the best part. And to be honest with you, I did not, my mirror is so dirty I can't even like see through it, but okay. To be honest with you, I was not the biggest fan of this palette when I first tried it. It's super powdery, which like, when it comes to highlight, I didn't like the powdery finish. But here's the thing. It really, really sinks into my skin when I buff it out with a brush. It just kind of becomes part of my cheek and it doesn't look like an intense highlight. It's just very subtle and beautiful, but you can really, really build this baby up and make you look like like a lighthouse. So this is the e.l.f. Illuminating Palette. And as you can see, there are some really beautiful shades in here. The top two are the ones I use the most because I do have pretty fair skin, but this puppy right here and this puppy right here would be absolutely stunning if you had a darker complexion, if you had a little tan going on. I don't know, it's beautiful. So I'm going to use my Luxie 522 tapered highlighter brush to apply this. I forgot blush. Do I want to put blush on? Yeah, sorry guys. Using my Wet n Wild Color Icon. This is in the shade Rose Champagne. Okay, after that blush intermission, it's always a thing I forget, it's horrible. I'm going to take this brush, like I said, dip it into the top two shades on the e.l.f. Illuminating Palette. If you have more oily skin, it really just takes the oils that you have and makes it creamier on your skin as the day goes on, and it doesn't really fade. So I don't know, I'm a huge fan of it as I've used it, but I mean, just give it a few shots. If you have dry skin, I could see this being problematic as it's very powdery. So I don't know, it all depends on your skin, y'all. I'm going to take a little bit on the tip of my nose. Take a little bit, and I mean a little bit, on the bridge of my nose. And then a little bit on my lip. I'm going to take a very fluffy brush and go over everything I've done, including the contour, bronze, everything. So my eyes are primed already with the concealer that I had, so like kind of primed. I'm going to start with a few transition shades coming from the original Chocolate Bar palette right here. I'm going to take the Salted Caramel and Milk Chocolate with a fluffy brush right here. This is, holy crap, I've used it so much it doesn't even have it. It's a crown brush crease. So I'm just taking, do you hear my dog snoring? You sleeping okay, bud? I'm going to brush this in and just work it from the outer crease inward. It's going to act as our transition shade. I'm going to take a smaller brush. This is the Luxie 231 Small Taper Blending Brush. It looks something like this. I hate it when people say it looks a little something like this. Like, no, this is it. This is what it looks like. This is literally the brush. And I'm going to go into the Semi-Sweet in this palette and take that on the inner, I guess this is the outer, isn't it? Yeah, it's the outer crease. I'm taking like straight up this like ghetto brush that I got from Forever 21 forever ago because I love using it with this ColourPop Super Shock Cheek. This is in the shade Wisp. And I love using this as a base for like any kind of shimmer on my eye because it just makes it stick. I just poked myself in the eye. Oh my god. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. This is a Urban Decay Naked brush as well. And I'm going back to the Chocolate Bar palette and taking some of the Marzipan and maybe a little bit of Creme Brulee. I think I'm gonna go in with Creme Brulee first on the outer bit. And then taking the Marzipan, same brush, pressing that in. Okay, I'm going to take an angled brush like this. This is from e.l.f. as well. I'm a junkie. And go into the Triple Fudge shade and just brush this on my lash line a little bit to add a little bit of definition without the hassle of eyeliner. Okay, I'm going to put on some lashes. I'll be right back. So I went ahead and put on some mascara and false lashes, and I accidentally put the lower mascara on before I smoked out the lower lash line. This brush here, this is by Royal & Langnickel, and it's a crease and smudge brush. I'm using the smudge side, I would assume. That's what this is. Taking the Salted Caramel and the Milk Chocolate, dabbing it on the brush, and then just trying to get in there. Oh god. It works a lot better when you don't have mascara on. I'm going to highlight my brow bone a little bit. I'm just using this very, very pointy brush by Vicinity, and this is the eyeshadow number 2. And I'm taking the Champagne Truffle shade from this palette and a little bit of the white chocolate just to kind of tone it down, and taking it on my brow bone. And then to highlight the inner corner, I'm using the same 2. Just using my finger. And I do want to mention a few things about these lashes. They are the Cocoa Queen Bee lashes. Like, hello, they are gorgeous. And the thing with false lashes is that there are some eyelashes that are made from mink. And I was even looking onto these websites and it says cruelty-free lashes. I don't know if, like, what the mindset is, but you cannot have cruelty-free mink lashes. Like, if you do any research on the mink industry, like, it is heartbreaking and very violent, because mink are actually pretty violent and territorial, so obviously they don't want to be locked up all day and you taking their hair. So I absolutely do not think that mink lashes are okay, even if it says cruelty-free. No, 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 no. So that is why I love these Cocoa lashes, is because they are cruelty-free. They're made out of synthetic fibers and human hair, I think, which is weird, but whatever, it's fine. I'm gonna keep the lips bare because I'm gonna go eat and I'm just gonna mess them up, so yeah. But that completes this everyday glam look. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.